A wealthy animal park owner in the UK believes releasing gorillas into the wild will save them. Conservationists say that's a bad idea.
Leslie Stahl traveled to Africa to see how a family of gorillas fared in the wild. Here's a preview of this Sunday's 60 Minutes.
They weren't totally free yet. Damian's idea was to complete this bridge only when he felt they could fend for themselves.
And just over the other side of that bridge is the true wilderness.
They don't swim.
No. So here they're protected because they're on an island, but once they cross the bridge, they'll come across elephants and leopards and other gorillas. Jala's going to be defending his females. He might lose some of his females. It could become very stressful.
You mean other males
are
there,
yeah.
wild?
Yes, wild.
Will
want
challenge
his
him
females.
for his
Yeah.
females.
But Damian thinks this family is ready, and so he and his crew put the final planks on the bridge. Then he tries to lure the gorillas over with, but of course, food.
Come on! Come on!
Wouldn't you know it, the females venture out first, and once again, Jala follows their lead.
Jala's going in.
Brilliant.
Oh my goodness, look at the babies, the second one. Oh my gosh.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
That's 1-year-old Aku. Within an hour, all 10 had crossed over.
This is the ultimate goal.
The ultimate.
This is the Holy Grail.
Although they will get over on this side and inevitably face dangers that they're not really prepared for.
The problem will be is when the other males turn up here. They have been quite near in the last few days. So I suspect they are quite near. And I suspect within a few hours they'll be coming to investigate.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Leslie Stahl is here with us now. What a fascinating story. What amazing creatures. What struck you most about these gorillas?
About the gorillas?
Yeah.
They're so beautiful. And if you get close enough and look in their eyes, there are eyes. And they look back at us, and you begin to think that you're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, yeah.
They're just magnificent.
Yeah.
And they have a family life, and they groom each other and hold each other. And you kind of get a sense of where we came from in a way. A lot of their habits are ours. Of course, there's a harem going on there.
Well, let's talk about that. And I just, the stark reality of the peril that they will face, and especially for that little one, when I think about is he the most at risk?
No, as a matter of fact, because the others were not only born in the zoo, they were raised in the zoo. So just imagine that you were raised at a spa, and then somebody dropped you in the middle of New York City. You know, you'd been cared for, you'd been fed. Every little need of yours, medicine, finding food, someone else did for you. And now you're in the middle of Africa, having to find your own food, figure out what plant is healthy and not healthy for you. So in many ways, the older ones who are going to be less adaptable are more in danger.
Wow.
And of course, the most in danger is the male, because the other males want those females.
Right. It was interesting to see that on the bridge, it was the females who went first. What is
that
about?
That? The
What's
feminist
that
in you spoke up.
I noticed it right away. Whoa, what's going on
What does
here?
that mean? Is that how they behave in terms of just the purpose of, the goal of exploring is done by the females, or we don't really know, I guess.
We don't know, but I guess they sensed that the male was the most in danger. I'm sure that somewhere in them they knew that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Wow.
How will they track them? I'm curious to see just how they fare in the wild. And are they fearful, the founder?
Oh, very. Well, you heard him talking about he thinks they're going to face danger within a couple of hours. They actually have tracking devices on them for just a couple of days.
That's it.
But there are camps out there that Damian Aspinall, the man you saw, keeps and maintains, and they go out and look for them every now and then to make sure they're alive and that they're not starving to death and so forth.
Well, it's just such a fascinating look at these creatures. I can't wait to see the rest of the story, Leslie. It's certainly something that when you look at those creatures, they are just remarkable.
They are breathtaking, and we all should do everything in our power to make sure that they stay on this earth, really.
Yeah.
They must stay on this earth.
All right.
As you said, when you look at them in those big brown eyes, they look right back at you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Leslie Stahl, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
And you can catch Leslie Stahl's full report on 60 Minutes this Sunday.